Get ready to drop the puck, take a free throw, and step up to the plate. It's time for the Metro East Sports Podcast on lineupmedia.fm.
Okay, guest number 3 tonight joining us via the phone line from Breese is Breese Central Volleyball coach Cathy Kohnen. Welcome to the show, Cathy.
Hi, thank you for having me.
And you guys are off to an awesome start. What's your record at this point?
We are 11-0 currently.
11-0, and you're ranked in everybody's top everything. What's your current state ranking? Or you're 1A or 2A?
We are 2A.
Okay. Do you know what your current 2A state ranking is?
I don't know. I think we're around 10 or so.
Okay. I think you're going to wind up. I think you should be higher than that if you're 11-0 because you guys are off to an awesome start. How do you attribute the success of your team this year?
You know, there are so many girls on this team that work really, really hard, and they also have some talent. And so, you know, hard work pays off. Over the long run, hard work will do everything for you. But when you combine some talent with that as well, you know, there's some pretty good volleyball that can take place.
What's the deal with Breese and volleyball? Is it just does every little girl in Breese just grow up playing volleyball? Because every time I look up, Breese Central or Mater Dei is doing amazing things in volleyball.
Yeah, it really is a big tradition here. You know, I think, you know, a lot of the moms have, you know, played. And so, you know, these girls just kind of grow up wanting to be a volleyball player and, you know, just watching everyone around them, you know, hit the ball really hard and they start serving overhand when they're really, really young. And so it's just kind of, not that it's expected, but, you know, I think it's desired that they just want to play and they definitely want to win.
Well, there's just such a great tradition of volleyball in Breese. And it's got to come from somewhere. Like, are there great camps for little girls too, in addition to those expectations?
Oh yeah. You know, a lot of our young girls, you know, in the county will attend, you know, our camp and Mater Dei's camp and Westland and Carlisle. And, you know, a lot of them travel around. We're close enough to the metro that they can play over there, you know, during some of the off season and things like that. So yeah, it's a big deal here for sure.
And I feel like volleyball is gaining in popularity on television and on high school and college campuses. You agree?
I think so. Yeah, for sure. You know, it's crazy how I love watching some of the parents, especially like it seems like the dads, you know, maybe they've only seen some grade school ball. And then when they finally see these girls, and how crazy and fast the ball can go, how hard some of the ladies hit the ball when you get to the varsity level. You know, it's crazy. You know, you'll have girls on either side of the net that are just trying to hit specific spots or specific people, and you know, they're taking shots, and it can be really intense, especially when the game is close. You know, it can definitely be a nail biter, and it's a lot of fun.
And the game is better now than when I was in high school. I went to the volleyball tournament at Edwardsville High School a couple weeks ago and just watched it for about a half an hour. But the complicated sets and the fakes and the hits, it's not just like bump set spike. I mean, there are complicated plays going on, and I was super impressed with the level of play. I think, like you said, the girls were just crushing these balls. The outside hitters were just absolutely destroying these balls. It was so much fun to watch.
Yeah, it's great too. And, you know, it's so funny because, you know, when I teach high school, and so I'll talk to, you know, some of the high school students, and they're like, you guys have plays? Or, you know, and they're like shocked, or they're like, you watch film? And it's like, well, yeah, you know, it's, you know, a lot of the kids are really surprised that, you know, so much goes into it. That we're not just always just reacting to the ball coming over. Like, you're actually trying to run specific, you know, plays to try to trick blockers and things like that. So,
and the fakes, you know, like they think you're going to set this girl and instead they send it the other direction, or you think they're going to set somebody instead they just pass it over. I love that play. That's my favorite. Is there a word for that?
Yeah, I'll tell you what. It seems the job of being a middle blocker these days has gotten extremely difficult, you know, because you just never know where it's going. And so sometimes you'll see that, the middle gets tricked because she thought, the ball, like I said, the ball was going one way or another, or she read the setter wrong and, just calculated the setter's tendencies incorrectly. Maybe the setter leaned back and the middle thought that she was going to go back, but actually she pushed it forward. So it's just, it's a game of details for sure.
I feel like volleyball is one of the more emotional sports in the sense that these girls show so much emotion after every point they win. They come together. Yeah. And I think that would be easy to teach. Okay, here's how you're going to come together and be excited when you win a point. How do you teach them to manage their emotions when they're on a losing point streak?
That's actually the hardest part of the game, honestly. If you can keep your head about you, you will go far, right? To be able to brush off a mistake and to be able to bounce back from it is a huge, huge thing that I think separates some players from others, right? I teach my girls they have to be machines, right? I even told them tonight, I said, you have to be almost emotionless. You are just a machine. You do what you're taught. You just do it. And you can't get down if it doesn't go right. You just got to pick your head up and go again. And, they have to be bullheaded, They can't get down on themselves because that ball's coming right back with the next serve.
Yeah. I've been coaching girls since 1994, and I definitely do not have it all figured out. But in tennis, I tell them strong physical presence, no matter what that score is, and fake it till you make it, sister. If you're feeling bad, it doesn't matter. You put your shoulders back, put your chin up, and you get on that next point. And you got to do the same thing in volleyball. But at least in volleyball, you have your 5 sisters out there with you, pumping you up when you don't feel good. In tennis, sometimes, man, it's so lonely out there by yourself. So, sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes I wish I was a volleyball coach, especially when it rains and I got to cancel another tennis tournament. I think, oh man, why didn't I coach volleyball where it never rains, right? You got to love it.
Right.
And it's never too hot, But then again, you don't get the sun, so I kind of like the sun too. How did you get into? Go ahead.
Oh, how did I get into volleyball?
Yeah.
Well, I played my whole life. I started when I was probably in 5th grade, 6th grade. I actually started playing club. I played over at the time it was BAC. So started playing club over there, playing in the off season and just pretty much played all the way through high school. Went to college and started coaching in 2006 in Nashville. I was living in Nashville at the time, so I was doing some junior high and also I was a freshman coach at Nashville. So I was coaching year round, but 2 different teams. And then stayed at
Nashville, Illinois, or Nashville, Tennessee?
Yes.
Illinois.
No, Nashville, Illinois.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So I was there freshman coach for 7 years. And then I actually started teaching high school. And so when that happened, my first teaching job was at Mount Vernon. So I taught their freshmen for a season. And then I found what I thought was going to be my most permanent home, which was at Pinckneyville High School. So there I did JV a year and varsity for 5 years. And then this position opened up at Central and kind of wanted to get back closer to home, back to where I'm from. And so came back to Clinton County and here we are. So
where are you from?
I was actually born in Belleville. And so I went to grade school at Wolf Ranch. My family ended up moving to Trenton. And so I ended up going to Mater Dei at that point.
Okay. So you went to Mater Dei.
I did.
You're coaching.
And now we're playing them on Saturday.
Holy cow. How do those people, are they okay with you switching over to the enemy, or what's going on with this? Is this a feud? Are they are they okay? What's going on there?
It's kind of crazy, but it's been good. I mean, everybody's been really supportive, and, some of my old teammates from Mater Dei are, really excited for me and just happy to have, hopefully good volleyball and good competition, especially this Saturday at the Mater Dei Central game. So much fun.
And is this your first year coaching Central against Mater Dei?
Yes, this is my first year as the varsity coach at Central.
So this is the first time that you're going to be at the helm at Breese Central when you go back and play your alma mater at Mater Day. What's that going to be like for you? Can you
Well,
predict it? You don't know. What do you think? How's that going to feel?
It's going to be weird a little bit for me being back in that gym. Last year, I was the assistant coach last year here at Central, and, they came to Central, so it wasn't, I don't know.
It wasn't
quite
the same.
an at-home experience for me. But, yeah, this Saturday I will be at Mater Day and back on the Fred Rockers court. So we'll see how it goes.
So you played for Chris Rockers?
For Fred Rockers.
You played for the dad. You played for
Dad.
Okay,
yeah.
perfect.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know where that transition was. I had Chris on the show, and honestly, I've said this many times. One of the best parts about this show is the education in Metro Esports that I have received. And I knew that Mater Day had a good volleyball tradition, but I didn't know they'd won 6 state championships, if I'm correct.
Yes.
5.
I think it's
Go ahead.
at least 6. Yeah.
I thought it was 6 and 5 by Fred and 1 by Chris, or is it 4 and 2? I thought it was 5 by Dad and 1 by Chris. But maybe,
I think it was 5 for sure. I think by Mr. Rockers. I still call him Mr. Rockers. Yeah. So by Fred Rockers, which is the dad,
right.
And then Chad is actually his son.
Oh, I thought it was Chris. Sorry. Chad.
No, yeah. So yeah, Chad's continued the success of the program, and
for sure.
Yeah. So I mean, we're going into some hostile territory on Saturday, but like I said, it's a mental game. So we'll see how my girls come out in the end.
What are you modeling? How are you modeling your program, or are you modeling your program after Fred Rocker's program? Or what have you taken from him, or have you taken anything?
Oh yeah, I mean, I think I've definitely taken some things. I mean, he was a great coach. So one of the things that I think that I'm taking away is just the idea that we're going to walk in, we're going to take care of our business, and we're going to win, and then we're going to walk out. It's it's business. It's not emotional. It's not it's just you like I said, you're kind of a machine. Like, you come in, you do your job. You're good, but you're not cocky by any means. You just know what you can do, and you do it, and then that gets you a lot of W's in the end.
You've got a good team this year. You're off to an incredible start, 11-0, like we've talked about, and you've got 6 amazing seniors: Riley Gebke, Austin Jansen, Avery Booty,
Yeah.
Reagan Osher, Hannah
Osher,
Hannah Campworth, and you've got an injured girl with a torn ACL, Reagan Nornburn. Are these senior girls?
Yeah.
Are these senior girls leading this program?
Oh, absolutely. And I expect that out of some of them. It's weird as a coach. You'll talk to some coaches and they'll say, well, sometimes your seniors aren't your leaders. Sometimes it's a junior that steps up or whatever. But I definitely have a couple girls that have expressed what it means to be a leader, and they just happen to be seniors as well. So, as long as they buy into, kind of the motto of what we're doing, and, they continue to work hard and they keep their heads, they could go far, because we have a lot of weapons in the front row, I think. Typically when we play, our kills are pretty spread out. So we have multiple girls that can actually accomplish kills on the floor. It's not focused on 1 or 2 players. So that's good. Keeps the blockers guessing, and nobody ever knows where we're going with the ball.
You got multiple weapons there at Breese Central. I like the way you said that. And your setting game is good. And your Ribrero, did I say that right? Is that the right term, Ribrero? What's that girl? Libero.
Libero, yeah.
No, one day when I'm an adult, I'll understand how that girl works, because I still don't understand that position, no matter how many times they try to explain it to me. All right,
what I love about that is when they started the Libero, it gives some of your players that might not be genetically gifted, at 6'5", to be able to get like a decent volleyball scholarship. If you can pass in the back row, you can still play at a bigger school and play just as much time as anybody else, because the libero gets 6 rotations, but she just does them all in the back row.
Man,
so
that is the best explanation and the best advocacy I've ever heard for that position. You deserve some kind of award for that. Did you play that? Did you play that position?
No, I did not.
Okay.
I was a hitter and blocker. Yeah.
Okay, so you're one of those genetically gifted kids that would jump over the net.
Oh,
and just
but I'm
pound.
not 6'5".
Okay,
I'm
all
not
right,
6'5".
I'll take your word for it. I want to talk about your season coming up the rest of the year. What's your vision for the rest of this 2021 campaign?
Well, I'll tell you what. This week we got our plate full this week. We have 3 away games in a row. We travel to Roxana, and then we travel Thursday to Freeburg. Freeburg's undefeated right now. They just won the Mascuda tournament, so they're going to be a handful, especially in their house, because their fans always bring it, and so we're going to have to play through some adversity there for sure. And then Saturday we are away again, and we travel to Mater Dei, and we know that the student sections are going to be wild for that. So it's a big week for us. There's some good tests here. We'll see how mentally strong we are, and as a coach, there's always things to work on. They could, some people may think like maybe they played a perfect game, and I'm over here and I'm like, there's 10 things wrong with that, So, I'm always looking to improve something, and so we'll definitely learn a lot about ourselves this week.
Sounds like it. It sounds like you've got a very busy couple days coming up pretty soon here. So I'm going to let you get back to it. So if Mater Dei and Central play for the Milk Bowl in football, what do y'all call it when you play volleyball? What's that called?
Oh, I don't know.
You got to come up with a name for that thing. That's the greatest name ever. Milk Bowl. I love that. I love that name. You guys got to play for something. I don't know. You come up with it. It's your game, not mine.
Well, there is actually like a milk can trophy and everything that has for the football team, that has all the winners on the sides from all the years, and so yeah,
that's cool, man.
They have an official trophy for this game.
Well, that's really cool. That's really, really cool. Then tell Chad Rockers I said hi. Don't tell him I called him Chris. I don't know why I've done that a couple times on the show, but anyway. Well, Cathy, thanks so much. I really appreciate your time. I'll let you get back to managing your kids. How many children do you have?
Oh, I have 2 boys.
2 boys, ages?
12 and 4.
Will these guys be volleyball players or just whatever they want to play?
I would love them to be good at anything. Seriously. Yeah. I just, it's,
do they
my youngest one, I think, is the most athletic. So we'll see what he wants to get into.
I won't tell your 12-year-old you said that. And do they even have volleyball for guys in Breese? Do they
no, currently they don't. We tossed it around a few times, maybe getting like a club team together or something, because all the metro schools have it.
Yep.
And you would think, as big as volleyball is in Breese, that maybe it would, we could get a pretty decent club team going, but maybe one day.
You don't have girls tennis, and I don't think you have boys tennis either. And I think that's one of the secrets to your volleyball success. Because I think if you had tennis in the fall, you would lose some athletes to tennis, maybe, and it would take a while. But that's one less sport you got to compete with, But anyway, you guys are having an awesome year, and good luck against Mater Dei this week. Cathy, Kohnen, Breese Central Volleyball, thanks so much for joining the show.
Thanks for having me. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.